It's a rainy Friday for us.
It's a catch-up.
It's a catch-up episode. We're doing a classic catch-up, which to me means we just let our brains go wherever they go.
Yeah.
So this is
like no prompts. Like we're just gonna talk. Put
your seatbelt on. We're just gonna see where these noggins go. And before I even start, I do want to just talk about the candle of the week of the day.
You get straight to it.
Yeah, because I know myself today. Right. Obviously, I'm wearing the Siouxsie t-shirt, which is our Spellbound.
We
are entranced. Spellbound. The way that she says entranced really does it for me.
I love the entranced.
Entranced. I absolutely freaking love this t-shirt.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I've gotten compliments on it.
I think we snapped on that one.
I think it's really just like phenomenal. Available on bijoukandles.com. And from the Punks collection, I actually did the Patti Smith inspired candle, which is warm Leatherette.
Remember when we first came out with Punks and people were like, that's not that song. That's a different person.
Oh my God. When we first launched the Punks, I think it was a year ago.
No, I think it was more than that.
2 years ago.
Yeah. No, I don't even.
Guys.
Did we live up here?
Yes. Yep. They were born here.
Aww.
So the whole kind of concept behind our collections in general is very much like a pop culture take on a theme.
Unless it's like the practical magic
Right,
candles.
Unless it's like
you know what I mean?
Right, so there's kind of two kinds of collections. There's ones that are like inspired by a movie, a film,
specifically
some piece of theater, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
There's some that are inspired by a collection of artists or actors or musicians that we put together, and they
like similar vibes.
Right. So for the Punks, for example, we're going off of 3 of what we consider the pillars of punk. So it's Patti Smith, Polly Styrene from X-Ray Specs, and Siouxsie Sioux from Siouxsie Sioux and the Banshees. And we also then gave these scents kind of pop art, punky, new wavy names. Just kind of like that
from the
whole
genre, like the whole era.
And it also, they just so happen to go with the scents.
Yeah.
That it's like layer on layer on layer. So Siouxsie Sioux. Siouxsie is Cherry Bomb, which we all know Cherry Bomb is a song by the Runaways. I'm aware of that, yes. It's on purpose. Yeah. It's to like kind of call out all those girls in one. Patti, Warm Leatherette, Warm Leatherette, The Normal was one of a very cool song.
Great song.
But this candle, it does that not describe it? It's basically this like vintage leather jacket, green room, incense, kind of what I would call traditionally like masculine. I feel like it just like represents Patti Smith so perfectly. Yeah. It's kind of earthy. It's really like palatable. It's not sweet. It's not floral. It's just like very.
It's like grungy dirty without being dirty. It's like it's got that like
in a way. Yeah, but it also has like a musk, like a cologne almost. Something that keeps it like fresh.
It's hot.
There's like there's moss in it. It just smells friggin' good. It makes your place smell cool. I've heard it described as like the Punks make your house smell cool.
They're hot.
Yes, and then polystyrene is sour candy, which is sort of a take on like the world turned day glow and candy, which is like the sort of like the plastic of it all. Right. And it also describes the scent really well. So that was what that was. When we first started doing ads for the Punks candles, there were comments on there. You guys, the comments section on anything, especially on an ad, what are y'all doing?
People losing their minds.
Unless you have something nice to say or like a warning, like, hey, this is a scam. But like, otherwise, just let it go.
These people have the time.
They literally be like, the Warm Leatherette is not my... Siouxsie Sioux did not write Cherry Bomb. Like, yeah, I know.
Like, imagine
it's like... use your imagination.
Like, who fucking cares?
People are so, like, either literal these days or... You gotta be so careful, like... There's a lot of these, like, Instagram warriors, all these TikTok warriors online, like, well, actually, that doesn't technically, like, guys, loosen up. There's things that are actually happening in this world that are very bad.
You know how, like,
and it's not this.
the thought of AI, like, that whole thing about, like, they will start, in the future, they can start tailoring content for you as you're watching it. Yes. Like, it basically is, like, drawing from everything it knows about you that it's collected from social media, etc.
Yeah, right.
And then, like, gives you content based on that in real time.
Right.
Like, I feel like people are so coddled to on the internet.
You just took the words out of my mouth.
That, like, anything outside of their realm of their tiny belief system or what they know, like, sparks an urge in them to make a comment on the internet. Like, it takes so much for me to even like text someone,
let
like,
alone if I leave a
comments all over the fucking internet.
And I force myself to, because sometimes I'm like, if you have a nice thought, you should share it.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like how
That's nice.
Right. Like that's kind of how I comment. If I don't have anything nice to say, I don't say anything at all. And if I have something to say that's like, you know, a question that was asked, I'll maybe, you know, play along, help with engagement, give each other. We have to engage with the profiles that we like. It's at that point now, you guys, like SAG-AFTRA is now, what's it called?
On strike.
Like
it's great. That shit's great.
No, focusing on at the level that we're at, like we have to support small businesses, creators, small people, labor. And the way that we do that, since we don't necessarily all have the funds to do it because it's all being kept up at the top, is we gotta support each other and shout each other out. So like if you're using Instagram, or if you are listening to this podcast and you've never subscribed, or you've never written a review, or you've never commented or shared, please do that right now.
Yeah, it helps a lot.
Because otherwise people are not going to be able to make this content for you anymore.
Yeah.
And we're not going to have any entertainment content, and this stuff is so important to the culture at large.
It really is.
And it actually does matter.
It absolutely
Voices matters. I'm gonna cry about it.
Well, we just watched this is coming out a week from today, but like we just watched that Fran Drescher video.
Oh, that's what has me all work.
That was like literally, so we're talking about the Fran Drescher video that came out of her press conference after she had the meeting for the union, SAG-AFTRA union.
Where
we all know that the writers are on strike already.
Yes. Yep.
And it's really fucking crazy the shit that they were proposing to these actors. And I feel like there's going to be this like, I'm anticipating this backlash from the right or whoever being like, they're actors, like they're $1 million contracts, they're famous, blah, blah. Do you know how many working actors there are out there that are not famous, that are not millionaires? Like that's just like the 1% of that working group.
And they're not,
they're also working
class. And something that we need to understand about celebrities, which I think why I love that these actors are all striking right now, is because they do tend to have a little bit more of expendable income, and we do kind of look at them as like the lifestyles of the rich and the famous. But you guys, that's the rich and the famous that they let us see.
Right.
These people are not rich and famous compared to like that's how bad it is, Alaina.
Right.
That's how much money these people at the top, these monopolies
I don't think people quite understand how much money we're talking here.
Yes.
Like when Fran Drescher was like, I wanted to say like what they were suggesting. Like one of the things that the production houses wanted was they wanted to get background actors, their likeness, to work for a day. They wanted to pay them a $200 day rate to get their likeness.
Scan their body.
Yeah, and then use them in perpetuity with no royalties.
Like using AI.
Yeah, and not paying them anything else.
Yeah, here's $200.
For your entire being.
For your being.
Yeah.
That's insane.
That's insane. And Fran Drescher's response to that was proportionate. It's insane.
It was, I have to tell you, I got like really like excited when I saw the Fran Drescher video, because it was a press conference. She is the president of SAG-AFTRA, right? SAG-AFTRA is one thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So she's the president. To be the president of this, that's a
union.
big job.
It is.
Fran Drescher is a very smart woman. She is smart. Mm-hmm. Okay? And for her to come out in that position and just say the truth.
This is what we've all been dying to hear.
To just hear somebody not sugarcoat it, not use like weird terminology, not be Switzerland, just to come out and just be like, what they're suggesting is crazy.
And I have to point out that this is an extremely historical moment, I think. This is pivotal.
No, it's good, because the reason I was saying before that it's not easier, but you know, we can see, okay, celebrities, they have a lot of money. Striking is hard for everyone because they're not going to be making money, et cetera, et cetera.
UPS might be going on strike too.
Right.
Which is fantastic.
That's going to be wild.
It wouldn't be good for us, but like it's good. It's not good for humanity.
But it's good. Exactly. It needs to happen. The workers, she
like,
said,
fuck my business. I don't give a fuck. Like, this is for like mankind.
Right. And also, like, absolutely don't fuck your business.
Yeah, but you get what I'm saying.
But like, at the end of the day,
it's not good for my business for UPS to strike.
No, but that's the difference between people like us and people that are insane. with power. Just absolutely stick with power. But we're saying when the celebrities, they're number one. When they strike, it's visible. Everyone can see it. They have more money, so they have more power to make it more visible.
Yeah.
So like there's, all these things like why it's good. These people have to be the first people to do these
and they all have
strikes.
big platforms. It's great.
Exactly. So once we see, and this is a union, so that means working class people. And we're the actors that are in SAG, you guys, I was a SAG actor at one point. Do you even know me from anything? No. That's how you have to understand, like...
There's so much production all the time.
Yes.
Like, there's everything that is on your television all the time. Like, most of it's union work.
Yes.
And if it's not, that's like when you see that big rat outside, it's not good.
Right.
You know?
Right.
And
it's just, like, these are people that
it's a huge union.
Exactly.
This is the first time this has happened since the 60s. This is fucking huge.
Huge.
And this, like, it's humanity versus... the bourgeoisie. Like, once and again. Like, this is French Revolution shit.
Yes.
Like,
and it's great to see... I really hope that this is the beginning of the end of this wealth divide.
The implications are fucking crazy with AI and everything.
It's
like,
scary.
Yeah.
We have to
like,
stop. We gotta be like, hold on a minute.
This is the first line of defense.
If we fuck this up now, we are fucked.
Exactly.
Because it's literally going to be... I don't even know. It's going to be like, it's going to be like 100 trillionaires alive. The rest of us groveling around in the mud, and they're just watching a bunch of AI content, and they scanned all our bodies for.
Right, exactly.
And that's what's gonna fucking happen.
Exactly.
And like, you guys think that this sounds crazy and
No,
over the top?
It's in
this
movies
is
now.
legit.
They have,
This could happen.
Watch any Paul Verhoeven movie. This is like exactly what the only thing that they missed was like handheld devices, but like otherwise everything's pretty accurate in all these like future movies. Total Recall, Fifth Element. Like this is what all this shit ends up being.
Yes, I mean it. Just follow the line of
Terminator.
If you can create it as a creator back then, the human mind will go there.
Exactly.
It will go there.
That's exactly right.
I always thought, and you know, and I do stand by this, that the next thing for handheld, I was just like, when is it going to be something to put up your butt? And I don't mean that in a sexual way. I'm like waiting for like the eye plug.
You know, like it makes me think, yes. Oh,
to turn
that
you
definitely
into a device.
That 100%
Because the
exists.
reason I say butthole is because I immediately go to like, where do I charge? And I got to say,
you get your sources in your butt. All your heat comes from the butthole.
Everyone's does, doesn't it?
Do you think of it as like filling up your gas tank?
No, I don't.
But like
it is though.
Yeah. There was one more thing I wanted to say about like this whole strike and like all these strikes happening. This is the reason why we are seeing such a huge uptick in Nazi bullshit and the right dividing us based on LGBT. They're trying to take the T out of LGBTQ. They're trying to split up our own community within itself.
Well, because we got too connected. And
powerful. Exactly. So I mean, it's a 1-to-1.
Right.
Like labor is rising up. They gotta fucking shoot us down with these identity.
It's called divide and conquer.
Exactly.
And if you don't think that they haven't been dividing and conquering us,
it's the main tactic.
It's just, you guys, this is just the system that we are in, and this is what has happened, and this is like what. And we're here, and we have to admit that this is what's happening.
Yeah.
We all have to get there. We're the people. We're the people, okay?
They don't see us as people.
They need to realize, like Fran Drescher said, go ahead and do this without us.
Yeah.
They can't.
They have no respect for us. We're just here trying to get some respect and dignity.
All I want to do is just live my fucking life.
I know, and like they don't see us as people. They see us as cogs.
We're economic units.
We absolutely are.
Yes.
Like that, like they want to give you $200 for your entire likeness for the rest of time.
Dude, if that doesn't show you what
that's
kind
what
of
they
object
think we're worth. That's what they think celebrities are worth.
Yeah.
So what do you think they think we're worth?
Right. Exactly.
Like they want slavery back so fucking badly.
I mean, it exists in so many ways.
It does.
And because this country was the business plan for America, and this is the world at large, honestly.
They went on Canva.com
and they were like, it's only profitable if there's slave labor of some kind.
Yes.
And in this country, it exists. We have for-profit prisons, guys. Like,
and we all know that's not true. Like Fran Drescher said, you're not losing money left and right. You're paying yourselves exorbitant amounts of money.
Right.
And like leaving nothing for the company,
guys,
honestly.
Explain to me how this makes sense, okay? There's this guy, and he comes across these people, or these like whatever people, making delicious. I'm gonna make something so stupid.
Yeah, like what is this gonna be?
Delicious strawberry cupcakes.
I'm captivated.
They're strawberry cupcakes, and they invented them. It's their recipe, and this guy's like, oh. I'm gonna come in and this is a company.
Yeah. We gotta make these for a bunch of people. Let's make these for a bunch of people.
And then it's like, yeah, make them. Blah, blah, blah. Like, we'll pay you $1 and I'm going to pay myself $12. And, you guys are dying? Oh, we'll just get more of you.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't.
From another country
but you know what?
that are here illegally.
Since there's more of you, I don't want to pay you guys more. So now you're going to get 50 cents each.
Yeah. We're going to steal you from another country and then make all the people that live in this area mad at you for working for these low wages.
And it's like, there's a more demand for these cupcakes. Yeah. Instead of saying like, I'm just going to take my management fee. No. You guys get paid the same amount. The budget for what we pay you guys stays the same for like 40 years. Yeah. So then it's like 50 cents, 25 cents. Like it's like cents. I mean, the fractions CEO, on the dollar.
The CEO to worker ratio is like 500 to 1. And
they don't even work, you guys. These people don't. It's not like they're going to work and work. Like you want to know what a billionaire mentality is?
Yeah. Tweeting all day about
about
Nazis. Literally sitting around tweeting all day about Nazis.
Yeah.
And is the richest guy in
the
the world.
Do you think that there's 8 hours in the day where you could earn $1 billion?
That's why Succession is so good, is because it captures like how made up and bullshit all this like elite class wheeling and dealing is. Like it's literally just the stock market. It's a casino. Like none of these corporations do anything. All they do is collect a bunch of chemicals around the world, make it into toothpaste, get all of us sick from it, and then like 2 companies own they all own each other, first of all.
Yeah, they do.
Like, just look, like, the stock market is literally the casino of where you play these corporations. It's fucking crazy. They don't even give benefit to society.
No.
They don't. They hold back progress because all they care about is profit.
Yeah.
Like, there's, like, companies that have been shorted to death and they, like, literally had cancer cures.
Yes.
Because of the stock market.
Yes. Like at this point, we're playing a game that's just about who can get the most tickets and the most tokens, and people are just dying. Imagine going into an arcade and people are like killing each other at like a skee ball. That's like basically what's happening. Meanwhile, money is made up.
Yeah.
Like when you pull all the way out.
Meanwhile, the owner of the arcade is like off on some $1 billion yacht, like taking shits in the ocean.
Yeah.
Like trafficking people.
I hope the orcas get them.
At this
thing,
point, Jocelyn,
it's the best.
Praise Jesus for these orcas. My God.
I love
Free Willy.
Free Willy. What is it where I see these things happening and I literally am like, good for her.
I know. I'm like always on the team of like, if there's like a movie about some apocalypse or like the dinosaurs taking, I'm like team dinosaur all the way.
First
or like
and foremost,
that troll movie, I was on the troll team.
Yeah. First and foremost, you're in their house,
right? You woke me.
What are you talking about? You're in the ocean. Where's your fucking blowhole?
Stand your ground.
Are you kidding me?
Where's your fucking blowhole? I think we both have a blowhole.
Yeah, and it's my charger.
It's my charger.
Oh my God.
Club Tropicana.
Drinks are free.
Free for everyone.
Let's just do it. Let's just do a 180, guys. That's a lot of heavy shit. Let's go into something a little later, which is also very heavy for me, which is my deep love for George Michael and Wham. I love George Michael and Wham.
Are you able to recall? I know I'm really putting you on the spot here.
His real name.
Gun to your head. What is
Georgios?
Oh.
Because I know his name is Yog.
Yeah.
Georgios. That's it.
Does it start with a P?
Papadopoulos. I don't know. It's Greek to me.
Jesse Katsopoulos.
Guys, Greek is hard for me.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Really hard language.
Yeah. How are we going to move to
Kalikari Island?
Yeah, like, can't even get that.
Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't exist, I don't think. So we'll be good. Can you say?
I'm just gonna go to Club Tropicana.
Club Tropicana, yes. I loved the Wham documentary. Mm-hmm. I think we put it on What We Watched too. Yeah. Which is our weekly newsletter, which you should subscribe to because Alaina goes over everything we watch, and
or just like the top 3 things that we watch.
Yeah, I love your little blurbs. They're so funny.
Thank you.
Like they're so written in your voice because it's just like, remember this guy, right? Okay, so then he was like,
I know. I wonder what it sounds like to people who like don't know.
They're probably like, is this gonna go out of right?
I don't. My mom's like a writer too.
You know how to write. You're just like extremely stylized.
You have to know the rules to break them.
Oh my God, that's so true.
You're like a writer.
That is not true.
Jocelyn's so talented.
You're sweet. I am talented.
No,
thank
she's
you.
like
so
so
are you.
good.
We're getting really good at saying thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. So we were talking about Wham. The Wham doc.
She's so cute. Yeah, I just loved it. And just like I did cry because like literally all they had to do was just show me his date of birth and date of passing, and I literally burst into tears.
Remember? I couldn't believe that when he died.
George Michael died on Christmas. Last Christmas, I know.
I know.
But like literally two of my, if I like had to right now just like name you three of like my favorite songs ever, it would be Last Christmas by Wham, Everything She Wants by Wham, and As the World Falls. Careless Whisper by Wham. As the World Falls Down by David Bowie from The Labyrinth.
Isn't Careless Whisper by Wham featuring George Michael?
Yes, it is.
Or is it George Michael featuring Wham?
I think it's Wham featuring George Michael is how they have it.
I mean, to me that doesn't work because that implies that there's two George Michaels.
There is. There's the one
if I'm doing the maths,
who's the real George Michael, and then the one he had to pretend to be.
Can you believe that was him pretending to be straight?
That would be the 80s for you.
Good for him.
I honestly do love to know, like, now, like, where everything is like, that's gay. Like, it takes it so little for things to be seen as, like, oh my God, a rainbow. Lose your mind. Did you guys see what y'all were wearing in the 80s?
The 80s were something else.
I was a baby then. This is not my fault. I had nothing to do with this. I literally, you guys dressed so, sorry, but you dressed gay as hell.
I mean, they're the most propagandized generation of all time, maybe, so.
They
literally went from being so gay to being like, where's my Under Armour America shirt? all my t-shirts have flags on them.
All of them had permanents. Men had perms.
Yeah.
Okay?
They had butts.
Butts? What do you mean butts?
They wore pants that showed
tight
butts.
Jeans.
Yes, they were like showing their bods.
They were showing their bods. George Michael had like a friggin' like
there's a one
where like a highlighted denim like penis. Yeah. They were like taking like sandpaper and like rubbing it out to make it like highlighted.
I love that. I'm gonna start doing that on myself.
Guys were like walking around with like their version of like their titties out. Yeah, with like these like highlighted shtagoobies.
Like Magnum
Remember
PI.
disco pants?
Like, have you seen like a 70s Sears catalog?
It's just schlongs.
It's hilarious. It's like polyester schlong.
Schlongs. And it's just like, y'all were just showing off your jingle jangles. Yeah. Like in the 70s, 80s,
blown
90s.
Coke. Yeah, they were having a blast.
And then all of a sudden it's
and
like.
And Reagan was like.
Put your dicks away.
Wait a second.
Y'all should be mad.
Right? Guys used to dance.
Yeah. I hope you dance. Are we human or are we dancers?
Yeah. That is the question of the ages.
I actually think it's a very profound question.
Okay.
Have I talked about this before?
Maybe not on here.
Are we human or are we dancers? Which is to say, are we this or are we this? Are we dancing?
What's your take?
I think we're dancers, bitch.
Does that mean we're not human?
I think that our bodies are humans, but we are not humans.
Oh, what's inside the bodies is dancers.
We're dancers.
Are we sky dancers?
Yes. We're from Source.
You know, like, Jocelyn got the Abraham Hicks book.
I've been reading a lot of Abraham Hicks.
Well, it called to her.
It did. And I just think it's really interesting stuff.
I think so, too.
Guys, at the end of the day, the biggest thing that they're trying to say is just take 15 minutes a day to meditate. And it is so good for your mental health.
It is pretty good.
Can I actually just kind of pull out one more time and just say, yes, we're sitting here and the stuff that we're talking about is very, very upsetting and infuriating. But at the same time, we're here. This is the time that we live in.
Yeah.
This is our experience. And in order to maintain your mental health and maintain good literal vibes, vibrations, and you do have to switch focus a lot. I think that's really a hard thing about living in a world where we're so connected with the internet and everything is the switching of focus because you have to focus on the stuff that I know it sounds so, it's toxic spirituality, but focus on the joys in your life that you have.
It really is true though.
But it is true because what else are you gonna do? And if you're not you can work on making changes in your life to it's hard with the constraints that we're living in, but there is connecting with each other, building community. Like, these are the things that they can't take away from us. We have to focus on that. And like, we are just stronger together. And I feel like that kind of stuff is joy. Like, that is like, there is so much joy to be had in this world, but like, we can see on a big scale how crazy everything is. So there is like a lot of like I change my perspective all the time. I want to be, you know, I want to know what's going on. I want to be informed. I want to know what's going on globally as best as I can. But then I also take time to focus and think I'm not my human form. I'm just like let me just relax and focus on my joys. Like, stay in the moment. Look at outside, see nature, touch grass.
They make it feel like experiencing joy is like a privilege,
right?
And like it is in this reality that they've created.
I know. That's like,
and that's so unfortunate.
And that shouldn't be.
Right.
That's
terrible.
Literally the point of like being the dancer.
I know, it's fucking awful.
Just come here and dance.
They do everything they possibly can for it to not happen. They make you feel guilty when you do experience it. Like, it's so fucking fucked up. And like, I really do believe that, you know, organized religion has caused so much damage to humanity.
Right. And key on the term organized, because I also do like to be clear, like, if something speaks to you spiritually, no matter what it is, as long as it's not hurting yourself or anybody else, if the ethos of that religion or whatever is that it's just about your connection with your spirituality, that's phenomenal. But that's not what organized religion is doing. It is to make you doubt your own instincts and your own connection to your higher self.
That's so funny. One of the things that I have in my notes to talk about is something that we have been talking about recently, which is internalized Catholicism.
Oh my God, this has been something that's come up.
Yeah, because it's like, I wasn't raised religiously, but my father was raised as like Orthodox Catholic in Eastern Europe, right? Like in the 50s.
Yeah, like he was like an altar boy.
Yeah, like, you know, he lived that life, and like even though he rejects it now, or like as an adult, like
he always kind of
cultural.
Did, right? Yeah,
like
it's cultural.
It's the way he was raised. It's imbued in the way that he's raised me. So like, even though I'm not attached to any religion, I wasn't raised in any religion at all. We never went to church. Like,
you're not thinking about it.
It's never been a thing in my worldview.
Right.
But like, it still impacts me.
And this is something we just kind of like came to recently, where I was like, Alaina, oh my God, like, you and I are so like Catholic about stuff. And it is like the internalized
so much guilt
trauma from Catholicism. And I actually have, in my family, I have a lot of reasons to be upset with the Catholic Church.
I mean, I blame the Catholic Church so much for a lot of like the stuff that your family hasn't dealt with their trauma. Like, your family has experienced a lot of loss. And I think, and trauma in that loss. And like, I think the
church made it so much worse.
Because like, they lived in an Irish Catholic community
on both sides.
Like, the church is involved in your life, right? I imagine. And like, the church was like,
especially back then,
you better be a good girl about this one type of thing. Like, internalize all your trauma.
Absolutely.
It's all your fault. If you're not a good girl, then you're fucking going to hell, basically. Like, that's just crazy.
Trigger warning, I'm going to talk about something that's a little bit upsetting, so just like, you know, just if you don't want to hear anything, skip ahead. But my mom, when she was like 6 or 7,
she was 8.
Was she 8? She says she was 8, and then somebody said she's 6. She never knows what age she was.
That's probably part of it.
Right, exactly. But when she was really little, she saw her little brother die in front of her. I don't even know if I want to tell you guys what happened. It was awful, and a really freak accident.
Was he like 3?
He was 3 or 4, yes. And of course, like, he died in my grandmother's arms. It was awful.
A vehicular accident.
Yes, and in their front yard.
Yeah.
That my mom never moved away from that area.
Well, she did, and then she came back.
Just like a lot of trauma. Like, this is what a haunted house is. This is like what a real, like, if you want to talk about like a practical application, is like the memories. So, one of the things that happened is when my mom's parents went to like go to the hospital and whatever and all this, my mom was left with the priest alone, because like the priest had to come and told her that she needed to be a good girl and not cry. And needed to be strong for her mother and father. And so my mom, like, because this was such an authority, like, this is like, God's
6 or 8 years
voice,
old.
Like, this is what.
Right.
And she literally, like, was a good girl to the point where she just, like, died. She literally just like sat down and internalized herself so much that I truly blame it for one of her biggest traumas. And
1,000%.
And this is like heavy shit to talk about, but it needs to be talked about. Yeah. It's 100% real. And
these are the things that like inform all of our behavior that we like maybe forget about, or you know, we're so set in our ways that we like don't examine our behavior that much. And like you know, I try really hard to examine what I'm doing.
And even just like, so like taking on all of like those things, like I told my parents when in 4th grade, I was like, guys, I'm not going to be doing this church stuff.
You're like, this is bullshit.
I said it wasn't for me. And that well, they were respectful. I thought it was like pretty cool.
Because they like agreed too.
They don't like it either. And my grandmother completely stopped making us go or even caring about it after everything came out with the Boston Archdiocese in like the late 90s, was it? I forget when that came out, but she was like, I'm not going there. Which is like so forward thinking and amazing, because like this shit has been in their families for like generations, hundreds of years. So yeah, I mean, it does. So I was thinking about what have I internalized as far as like my behaviors and my thoughts about like my sexuality, my gender, the guilt I feel for like not being like proactive and working. And I was like, God, that's why religion, it works so well with like toxic capitalism and like the like working class, whatever, because it's like, you know, if you're lazy, it's not God is not pleased by it. Like it's like all this stuff of like making you
glorifying
feel guilty
work,
and
punishing
terrifying.
Laziness. Like it's like one of the like
sloth. Yeah. But it's just like, who made that up?
That's made up.
It's made up to keep us working.
It's made up so they can have their pyramids.
Exactly. So yeah, we were saying for you, like there was like a thing where you were like relaxing and you were having a really good time. You're like, should I go do this? I was like, why are you self-flagellating?
I know.
And I was like, you know what? That's Catholicism.
And I said to Jocelyn too, and it's like, it's not like hard work pays off in this country.
No, see, that's the point. Like
it did maybe at one point.
The billionaire mindset is not like, ooh, I'm gonna get up and work. No,
people
it's
that
like,
work
how
the hardest
can I exploit people?
I've said this before, but like, it's crazy to me that we live in a society and no one questions it, that the worst jobs get paid the fucking least. That is the reason why there are caste systems
in societies where they pay people the most to do like the garbage and the sewage. Those people get paid the most in some societies. Should. I wish I could reference something specifically, but you know what I'm talking about.
They've never taught us anything.
Those kind of societies like do better. Because they're like, thank you for doing this service for our community. If you didn't do it, we would all die.
We would look like Paris.
We would die. Well,
it looks fucking terrible
right now. Yeah,
that's amazing.
Yeah, because they're like, no.
I love that.
It's a bit of no.
It's a bit of no.
Yeah, tell me to eat cake again. Let them eat cake? Okay. I'll eat some fucking cake. No, they're making, you guys.
In this day?
You guys, can't you feel it?
Yeah. People can't take it anymore.
It's out of bounds.
Meanwhile, I get like Yahoo News alerts being like, people say the economy hasn't felt this good in 2 years.
Who said that?
Right?
Who said that?
Like whatever billionaire owns Yahoo News.
Right. It's just at the point where I'm like, you know what? And we can't even watch TV because they're going to stop. No, there's not going to be anything left.
Except for Love Island.
I mean, there's not going to be new things coming out.
They're just going to have to put a bunch of people in different houses and let us watch it.
What do you mean?
That's like what entertainment is going to be now.
Oh, it's all like, Gogglebox?
It's just like Love Island. Non-actors, just people that we put in houses and we watch them. Yeah, but that's why it needs
to then extend to like camera people, like the crew.
There literally isn't a crew.
Yeah, what are we
There's like one editor.
Right.
Uh-oh.
It's like what is the impact of these strikes right now?
It's like, it's so interesting that it's specifically SAG-AFTRA and WGA too, because they have successfully distracted us so well with entertainment. It's really the only thing that we offer as a country other than financial products.
Yeah, like when you travel the world, like America it's Hollywood.
It's Hollywood. That's like what people know America.
Or
it's
like
what we make is our artistry. Like we're known for our artistry in America.
Right. That's actually hilarious.
I know. We make the best shit. Even when it's bad, it's like still the best. But like,
I mean, that is, I guess whether or not it's the best is, subjective, but it is definitely one of our biggest industries is the film industry is one of America's actual,
the workforce that supports that the most, like our biggest distraction. And like, home electronics are cheaper than ever. Like, it's easy to
They
buy.
are.
Like, you know what I mean? Everyone has like 10 TVs in their house, but like they don't have a house.
Yeah.
But like we can all watch our football.
I just saw like a little snippet article that was like 24-year-old manages to buy home for $250,000 because she lived on a tiny home that her parents built her in their yard. And I was literally just like, the comment section again popping off like, oh, well, if I had parents, it's like, aren't you guys, forget about like her privilege of having these parents that did this for her.
Yeah.
How about a world in which this had to happen?
Like, yeah, like they the whole premise of this whole thing is like horrendous.
Essentially, I'm sure it was really nice, but they built her
a she shed,
like adult woman,
a doghouse
in the prime of her young life.
Yeah,
lives in the yard.
Yeah, like oh, Teresa's in the yard.
Good for her.
Yeah,
what? It's so dystopian.
Like her toilet's next to her bed. I mean, yeah.
And it's like, we all don't need much. Like, that's not the point. But the point is the disparity.
There's like, poverty could literally just be over. They could just pay for it. We have enough
abundance in this world for everyone to live fine.
You know how Brazil elected a progressive president? Mm-hmm. Deforestation of the Amazon is down like 30%.
Wow.
He started a UBI program and lifted like 40% of Brazilians out of poverty.
UBI is Universal Basic Income.
Yeah.
Can you explain a little bit like how UBI works? It's just like
basically everyone gets like a debit card.
A check, yeah.
Which that's like what society should be.
It's going towards that. Well,
I don't understand these people that are like, well, if I had to do it, you had to do it. Like, isn't the point of
progression
humanities to make it better every time?
To make it better. Imagine the mindset.
Like, what is that mindset?
We have to go back. No, we go forward.
Right? Like, oh, we can't cancel their student loans. Like, yeah, you actually can.
It got crazy. It's not commensurate. When y'all went to school, it was $2,000 for the whole thing.
they canceled all those PPP loans.
Yeah.
They did a wealth tax reduction.
Yep. They can do whatever.
Like, they're literally just siphoning money from us to them.
Yes, exactly.
It's like,
and the thing is
the government is money laundering. Yeah, by the way,
yes.
The whole thing is a money laundering scheme.
Everything that they tell us not to do, like for mafias, for example, the reason that they get mad at mafias is because mafias are little governments,
right?
And it's like, how dare you siphon off what we were gonna siphon off?
Exactly.
I mean, obviously, there's a lot of other crime that's involved, but so
as if the government doesn't do that too.
Exactly. Like when big drug dealers or cartels are kind of caught by federal government, they don't put them in jail. Do you know what they make? They make deals. They say, listen, cartel leader, we're not going to put you in jail. We just want you to let us know where we can pick up some of your cash.
And like keep it tight.
And and they literally take cash and it becomes cash flow for the federal government.
Yeah.
They take drug money and they get basically the drug dealers, like the cartels, like pay off the government.
Yeah.
This is shit that happened. You guys have all seen Ozark.
Breaking Bad.
Is it Ozark or Ozarks? Ozark.
Oh, Ozark.
Yeah. But like that stuff really happens.
Yeah. It do be happening.
Like, it's just sort of like...
Everything is so corrupt.
It's like, you guys can't money launder. And it's like, aren't you money laundering? Yeah, but we are the government.
You guys get into a Ponzi scheme, but isn't Wall Street a Ponzi scheme?
Right.
Yeah.
It is. See, like...
I mean, Bernie Madoff is not, like, the last person to be doing that shit.
No, Bernie Madoff just took it in-house.
He got caught.
Yes, he took it in-house.
Yeah, he did. He was like, what was he, like, the chairman of the Fed?
Yes.
The Fed, by the way. My special interest.
Oh, Alaina, we go to bed at night. This is like a perfect example of like the difference between the two of us. Is like she goes to bed at night and she's reading about like robber barons.
It's interesting. I love it for you. I like history a lot.
And I really appreciate it because I am also super interested in it, but I have a hard time sometimes consuming that kind of information in the way that I don't get enough dopamine.
I can textualize it really well for you, though.
You can textualize it. You're a really good teacher.
Oh my God,
so,
really?
Yeah, you're really good. Alaina has like literally, she's so good because she consumes this information and then she's like, okay, like da-da-da-da-da, and then I get into it and I'm like, okay, cool. Now she's helped me sort of digest information that can seem overwhelming because it's like there's a lot.
Right.
So I appreciate that. And I think also by relaying it into pop culture, which is like kind of what we do all the time, is like the whole point of this company and this podcast and everything that we're interested in is that like pop culture is everything. History is everything.
Wait, are you gonna say how I contextualize that book that I'm reading?
No, please go. What were you saying?
Because it's about like the robber barons of basically the turn of the century, Gilded Age, like the
Gilded Age.
Industrialization of America.
Yeah.
Like the J.P. Morgans and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
The big titans. And I was like, all right, so you know, like that part in the Gilded Age where it's like the train crashes or like they're talking, like the husband part.
Yeah, it's like they're going to cover up the train accident.
Like that's what I'm reading. Yes. Is like the husband part of the Gilded Age.
If you're watching what that guy was up to. And so then I was like, oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Thank you for contextualizing.
Right.
Because like, of course I know when it is, but like for you to like use pop culture to contextualize it for me, I was like, oh, I get it.
Because it makes it so much cooler, too, to me, too.
I always loved in school when teachers would, when you would be learning about something and then they would bring in a movie that was like about that time. And it helps you get a picture. It makes you understand it. You're like, oh, this is art about that. I can see, I understand. I don't know. I just like really appreciate it. Anyway, so you're reading that shit, and then I'm on my side reading like all my woo-woo, spirituality.
Yeah, but then you teach
meditation,
me about that.
Astral projection, the universe. Like,
you teach me about that.
And then I sit
really
there
helps.
and I'm like, did you know?
I love it.
That time is infinite in both directions.
Yeah. Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Other stuff. I like basically like that's like when we get baked at night. I want to talk about, you know, spirituality and space.
It is all connected.
It is all connected. That's the point.
Yeah.
I think you can find a connection to anything if you find the right entry point.
Right.
And I think that that's something that is really how things should be taught.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like
they don't want to teach us.
Well, I mean, in a world where we're being taught.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just sort of.
But do you want to go hardcore pop culture that we talked about the other day too?
What?
That like we were watching Welcome to Crappie Lake with Sonia and Luann, which it's just fucking great. I'm so happy that we have a show like this.
It does something really specific.
Yeah.
And I was saying to Alaina that it actually is an act of philanthropy on their part.
It is.
Because in a post-COVID United States where small towns have suffered and small businesses have suffered more than any other part, to have two celebrities come and shine a light on a small town and maybe help bring tourism or help whatever. Think about how many lives that touches.
It's great. The whole thing is great.
And
I have no notes.
It's a bit of fun.
It's really they're superstars, those two. And it's so interesting because I did not think Luann was at first, but she like really became one to me.
Yeah, and then you realize like a lot of them it's produced. Like not Crappie Lake is more like
it's just
buddy.
Fun.
It's a buddy
fun.
It's a buddy comedy.
It's a bit fun.
It's a buddy comedy.
Yeah.
What were we just kind of likening it
like
to?
it's like the Simple Life, but it's
Simple Life, but
meets
Schitt's
Creek
meets. Why does it kind of remind me of Drop Dead Gorgeous a little bit?
I mean, it definitely does.
It's giving
It's giving Annette
it's like
and Loretta.
Annette and Loretta. Yeah, it is. My favorite thing about
because they're sluts. Oh, and I love that.
You guys,
I love sluts.
I love sluts. Take back the word sluts.
I fucking love sluts.
Let's take back the gay community has obviously taken the word slut back. You guys all have to take it back. And what is a slut? It doesn't matter. Just a woman who enjoys herself.
It's a vibe.
You can do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
I'm a slut.
Me too.
Even though, like, traditionally I'm not.
I'm a slut for...
But I'm a slut for, like, this.
I'm a slut for Bijou Candles.
My juice and my delicious juice.
Oh, wait, I was going to say.
Yeah.
To bring it back all to pop culture. Like, how fucking crazy is it that this woman, Sonia Morgan, that has been on our TVs.
Yes.
I've seen her entire downstairs.
Oh, her between me down there.
I've seen her take shits. I've seen her poop her pants.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I've seen her do so many incredible things that we've shared together.
This is true.
This bitch was married to fucking J.P. Morgan.
Yes.
Like, these are, like, the books that I'm reading.
J.P. Morgan, his family invented money.
They literally invented money.
And the fact that we get to see the wife of, like, you know, one of the Morgans, whichever one it was. The third,
I know there's, like, a bunch of them,
which
but,
one
like,
it is.
He's the direct lineage.
Yes. To see his ex-wife, who is, like, back in the day would have been like, we must hang her.
Yeah.
Like, to be I
likened it to Anne Boleyn.
Anne Boleyn,
like, she were, like, on a reality show.
Right. But now she's literally just, like, she's like,
what?
I can't, oh my God, I just got to liposuction scar. Like, I literally am just like, she's such...
legend status. You can't touch the Morgan letters.
You can't touch the Morgan letters.
I'm obsessed.
It really is so funny. And to see Luann be the Luann that I love, which is when she's sort of like the anchor in Italian, when she's like a TV personality.
Yeah.
She really has something.
She's got the charm.
She is polished. Lights, camera, action.
If you catch this in your mouth,
yeah, I'll give you a present.
I'll give you a present.
She really is. She's like,
yeah,
like, and
she's like, do you know how to use this?
Yes, and then she just speaks like 800 languages
for no reason.
Just throw some fucking respect on her name, okay?
She looks insane.
She's like French Canadian.
Her body looks
French
insane.
Canadian by way of Connecticut, and then she was a
one
countess.
of 7. Who knows?
What, a countess.
Yeah.
Okay, like it's wild.
You don't just do that.
Yeah.
That's like manifestation.
I'm sure she has done things that are literally horrific, and
I know, I've seen
we're
them.
all people, we grow and change. Right?
Even Louis Vuitton makes mistakes.
Right. But she's a hilarious bitch.
Yeah, I love it.
She's so funny.
It's the perfect casting for the show too.
It is.
I don't want anyone else. The best. Yeah.
I'm so glad that we actually get it because I'm not interested in Roni anymore.
I'm not interested in Housewives. It's so petty. I am interested in Kim and Croy. Because I ship them forever. Like, I'm obsessed with them.
You guys, have you seen the
They're
clip
such soulmates.
of Croy whispering to the police when police were called? Yeah. We're talking about Kim Zolciak-Biermann and Croy Biermann.
It's giving Chris Watts.
So no, it's not.
It's not.
It's awful. But he's basically like, she's gambled away $1.5 million. We're ass up. And I was literally just like, Croy.
Yeah. Keep your mouth shut, Croy.
But also that cop was literally just like, TMZ.
Yeah, right.
No, but like, Kim.
I know. She's a narcissist, right?
She's sick.
She is sick. And then she has this guy like fucking making her wigs for her. Like, he like literally makes her wigs. This guy's like iconic. I'm obsessed with Croy.
I know. Croy's like a real guy. It's so funny. Whenever he talks like a real guy, I'm like, what?
I know. He's a guy.
I know.
Oh, I love it.
What did she do to her daughters?
Did she like body snatch them?
I don't know. I mean, I
Who
don't
are
have to
they?
comment on people's looks too much.
No, they just look different.
But right. It's just like, I'm just kind of like, one day they were little girls, and then the next day they were just like Bratz dolls.
Like Judy Jetson.
Like, I was like,
Bratz dolls.
What?
Yeah.
It's just like, it's wow.
Yeah.
Good for them? Question mark?
Maybe it's like, maybe it was a $1.5 million procedure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, the gambling is so scary.
Yeah.
I got an ad for the New York lottery on your phone.
God. Yeah.
I was like, what is this?
Bad.
And when I looked in the app store and I was like reading all the comments and stuff, and I was like, this would be so
such
dangerous.
A nightmare. It's so bad.
And it like, the app like pops up stuff and it's like, did you want to put money in this? And the jackpot is this. Jackpot is this. This is, you guys, check your older parents' phones.
Yeah.
Because they might not realize that this is real money. Like, I'm not talking like way older people. Like, this stuff is so dangerous.
I mean, like Jen Shabby is in jail for shit like this.
Right, you got it. I mean, this is the New York lottery. It's completely legal.
No, I know,
like,
but it's like
your parents, like, you gotta be careful.
It's like in-app purchases on Roblox.
Can you imagine? Oh my God, I can't. I can't.
It's so bad.
No, when I saw it, I was literally like, that's a straight ticket to paradise.
Right?
Just like smoking a blunt, drinking a Diet Coke, and just buying my tickets.
Get myself in trouble left
I'm
and
gonna
right.
just do a quick pick for $2, and then the next thing you know,
Get my LARPs.
the next thing you know, you're a millionaire.
Yeah. What would you do if you won the lottery? What's your first step?
I would give a lot of it.
I was gonna be like, oh, you're never gonna hear from me again.
Oh yeah, you would like, it would literally be like someone contacting you and just be like, hello, so and so, a trust has been set up in your name. Blah,
right.
Blah, blah. Yep.
How about that guy who like won the lottery and showed up to accept it in like a Scream mask?
That I would show up like
what
that.
I'm talking about.
Oh, no one would. I wouldn't tell very many people, but there would be a lot of NDAs. Let's just put it that way.
Oh yeah, NDA central.
NDAs. Have you ever signed an NDA?
Probably.
I think I have for some random stuff.
You know what? I feel like I signed one for like the Terry Richardson shoot I worked on.
You know what, Alaina?
And that sounds about right.
I didn't even know you worked on a Terry Richardson shoot. So you really adhered to that NDA.
It was sketch.
You didn't tell me you worked on a Terry Richardson shoot.
Yes, I did.
I don't remember that.
I mean, I was just a PA. I wasn't like in it.
No, I know, but I just didn't realize that. Yeah, but I was just gonna
filthy.
Say, okay. Are you even allowed to talk about it?
I mean, it was just like gross and dirty and smelled.
That's enough for me to know.
Mm.
When things smell bad, it's like, and then we know this because I'm a smeller.
Mm-hmm.
It really bums me out. I can't get
I'm
over
a smeller.
it. I can't get over bad smells.
Can I just go back for 1 second?
Please.
I remembered something that was really funny from production, and it was what David Beckham and Victoria Beckham had for lunch.
Please.
David Beckham got Chipotle.
Sure.
And Victoria Beckham had 6 grapes.
Green or do we know?
Green.
6 grapes.
Specifically 6 grapes.
Fuck.
So, just do with that what you will.
That's so interesting. Because you know what, for me, I'm thinking immediately. Of course, it's not that many grapes. But grapes, like, and this is something I noticed, they hurt my stomach.
I know, they give you a lot of farts.
Grapes?
I need 6 grapes.
Grapes be giving you farts.
Yeah.
And that's something I noticed recently where I would be having some cotton candy grapes. How good are those?
They're so yummy.
One time I had...
In the freezer?
Like, we got ones from Trader Joe's, like, 4 or 5 years ago that were, like, sweet tart grapes. And they were red grapes, but they were so sweet.
Oh, my God.
They were, like, the best grapes I've ever had in my life.
So yummy.
And nothing tastes the same ever since. Were they genetically modified? Like, how are they so sweet?
Or they weren't.
They were just delicious. Yeah, or they weren't, right? But I realized after I eat grapes, my belly is like so bloated and upset.
It's like the popcorn of the nature.
Popcorn hurts my stomach too. Yeah. How are you guys eating this stuff? Are you guys cool?
No, we're all like fucking losing our minds.
Like, is Victoria Beckham eating 6 grapes and then having like a big grape belly, or is she fine? Like, what's wrong with me?
Right?
You happens to you too, right?
Yes. It gives me the gas.
Guys, comment below. Do grapes give you gas?
They should.
There are things that like I cannot eat, or like that I just see all the time everywhere, and I'm just like, is everybody else having this problem?
Like, when I go to a restaurant,
yeah,
and I see like all the stuff on the menu, 99% of the stuff on the menus, I'm like, how are people eating this?
Do you have an example of something that you've seen recently?
Literally just like a cheeseburger.
Oh, you mean like just like
both?
Sheer...
Either it's sheer messiness, size, or just like it's like gnocchi with prime rib. I'm like, that's pretty heavy.
Yeah.
Like, how are people eating this? Like,
right.
But it's mostly like messiness. Like, I cannot eat a sandwich in public.
It's hard to.
I hate it, and like no one gives you enough napkins.
No, the napkins. I need so much napkin.
Yeah. I need to like bring a roll of paper towels everywhere I go.
I can't be dirty or messy for like a second.
No, it kills me.
So this is probably just like an us thing, but I don't know. It's hard. You know, you get like sandwiches at restaurants, and it's like I can't even pick this up.
No.
What am I supposed to do with this?
That's why people won't admit that everyone's favorite food is PB&J, because it's flat.
You mean sandwich or food in general?
A sandwich.
It's like not my favorite by any means, but it's the easiest to eat.
Exactly.
But also, it can be hard to eat if you're having like a dry mouth though, and you're like.
It like gets stuck to the roof of your
mouth. It's like so, and then you know how like bread can be like
a Wonder Bread?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A Wonder Bread peanut butter sandwich?
Yeah. It's like full dental work.
I would literally
it like replaces
just have
your crowns.
Like a flipper of bread on. Like I literally just have bread. Like I was
you like toddlers and tiaras.
Yeah, it like makes me feel crazy because I had braces for so long, and like the only way to eat a sandwich when you have braces is to break off pieces of it and put it in your mouth.
Is that what you did?
Yeah, you can't bite into bread with braces. Are you out of your fucking mind? Did you? Do you want like have a bunch of bread in your teeth?
Did you ever eat like this?
Sure. Imagine, like, I can't bite into anything. Like
with braces or in general?
Like in general, it's from braces trauma, I think.
Yeah, you're still holding on to it.
Like, I just like don't want a bunch of stuff stuck in my teeth. It disturbs me so much. I'm just like, you know what, you guys? I have autistic traits, as we all know. This is all we're talking about.
Same.
Do you guys all have this?
Same, girl. Same. The shirt's too tight.
It looks so
I know it's
cute.
Tight. I know it's meant to be tight.
It's not even that tight
on
you.
But it feels tight.
No, it looks great. I think it's like such a cute look on you. I like when you mix it up a little bit.
But you know what I mean? Completely.
I've been having a really hard time, you guys. The underwear situation has gotten out of hand. Like, I'm actually in like a crisis. I'm in an underwear crisis.
5150?
It's because yes, please help me. You guys know if you follow on Instagram or have ever listened to like a single episode, I'm kind of like always talking about looking for like new
if
underwear.
you were on Next, one of your bullet points would be like
trying to find the perfect panty.
Yeah.
Trying to find the perfect
forever
pair of underpants.
Yeah.
It doesn't exist. It does not exist. I need something cotton. I'm sorry, you guys.
You need to make it yourself.
It's not good for you if it's not 100% cotton.
Should we get in the lab?
I gotta get in the lab. But I don't have the time.
I think
money.
we can. Should we cut a pattern at least?
No.
Can you at least describe what you're looking for that doesn't exist? You know, like
I want it to be there, but also not there. Do you get what I'm saying? A hush of a panty. I don't mind if it has like a little bit of hold because I don't want it to roll around, but I don't want it to be tight. And I don't like to sleep without underwear on. People are like, "What? Don't you maybe just don't wear underwear to bed?"
No, that's crazy.
First of all, what Absolutely about the daytime? And I can't not wear underwear to bed because I don't like when my thighs like would if I'm like leaning would touch my between me down there. I don't want the like this. It's just too much.
There needs to be
skin.
a barrier between the sheets and my downstairs.
Yeah, just no. But like every underwear I get, like they put a seam someplace dumb.
The seam situation is
and then the seamless
bizarre.
Underwear is made out of like poly nylon, which doesn't let your between me down there's breathe.
No.
You guys, what are
between
we
me down there's
we're making underwear out of a lot of synthetic fibers these days because of like all of like the revelation of synthetic fibers and like you can't wear that all day every day. You need
it's gotta be cotton.
It has to breathe
cotton.
All science, all of it out
Would
there.
you ever wear like a linen bloomer?
No.
It's got like a linen something.
No, it'd be so scratchy.
I'm going like
no, I want
like
cotton,
free,
like jersey, like
dark ages.
Soft.
What's going on with the band? Like, why aren't these doing
I
it for you?
actually like if it, and I do like a high waisted.
Okay.
I do.
But you're short waisted, so is a regular waisted a high waisted?
No, because I feel like I am short waisted. I don't have like a good little this, and so when underwear is lower rise on me, it just like falls off my butt.
Like you're a minion.
Like I need it to like click on.
Like a Barbie.
That, like if I'm a paper doll, this is where it clips. I want it to clip here.
Okay.
And I want it to go, and I don't want the leg to go down too far, and I also don't want the leg to be too banded. I'm my grandmother. I turned into my grandmother. She's like, the banded leg cuts me on the lollipop panties. So
have you tried the lollipop? She doesn't like lollipop.
I tried the lollipops, and I was like, she didn't really even love them. No. It was just the best she could do. She went to her grave in lollipops.
No way.
Oh,
yeah.
Grammy. I'm so sorry. They didn't give a good panty. And now the panties are so cheap. They're just, you guys.
I mean, they're like in a bin that we all
welcome to the panty podcast.
Yeah, right? Meanwhile, I don't buy new panties ever.
You found one that works for you. I wish it worked for me. Your underwear are way too elasticy.
Yeah, I mean,
she wears like a men's brief. It's too much for me. It's too, I don't like it.
What did you say? I have a what?
Men's brief.
It's like unisex.
Yeah, but like it's that classic front pocket style with like the band, like a tidy whitey, which cute. Love it for you. I've tried them on. The band hits me in a place where it cuts me.
There's no way to humble someone than making them wear a pair of white underpants all day.
Oh yeah, it's a lot. White underwear are a lot.
As an adult.
Yeah, and also another thing I do want to mention too, like, why is the underwear on things? Why is there no pussy in it? Where's the crotch?
Like, is it seam?
I have to tell you guys, like,
is it a seam?
No, it's like there's like it's like a line. Like I was looking at, I've ordered some Skims before just because I'm like I have to try everything. You guys, I've tried every underwear, and I like the jersey is soft. It doesn't pinch. It does roll a little bit, but the pussy is so skinny on it.
Yeah, it's offensive. I actually like saw it and I was like, who the fuck does she think?
What has she done to her downstairs that fits in there?
Right? I need way more coverage than that.
You know how like there's like Speedos that guys wear, like that you like in the gay community where they have to put like a cock ring on to like get everything in it. That's like
I've heard.
Right.
So
like,
I've
this
heard.
Is the thing, you guys. Okay.
Yes.
It's like certain kind of like sexy panties that
Yes.
to put like
sure.
To
I've
get
watched
everything
the Troye Sivan video.
Gotcha. And it's almost like I need a cock ring to wear these.
Jocelyn, it didn't come with it from Skims. No. I'm shocked. With a K, a cock ring with a K.
I don't know how it would work, but it's I can't get. I have to like tuck it's not happening. And
and it's already an envelope. I don't need to like put an envelope in an envelope. Right, that's too small.
Exactly, and that's too much. It's
stuff. Like when you bring a folder to like UPS to ship, and they make you put it in a UPS folder, and it's smaller than the one you already have.
Right, so you take.
So you're like shoving it in this folder. Yeah, that's like
my
what's
folder
happening.
is folded exactly, and the coupled with the heat that we've been experiencing in the humidity.
The wet heat.
What am I supposed to do?
No.
What am I supposed to
be on antibiotics for the rest of my life?
And then what? Diflucan?
Yeah, just one after the other. And they're going to make them illegal probably.
You know?
Why is Diflucan not OTC?
Why is Diflucan not over the counter?
That's like so rude.
This is something I've been saying since like 2004.
Fucking rude. Thank God for AZO, the company.
Right. Probably owned by some conglomerate.
Who like fucking pays to cancel or like end Planned Parenthood. I don't fucking know.
And then you have to go buy the Azo. That's what that's all about. It's big Azo.
Oh my God.
Cheers.
Ugh. Oh, my tissue. Chair.
Happy Friday to you.
Happy Friday
to you.
Guys,
everything is going to be okay. It's going to be okay.
I mean, it's all like how you frame it, right?
Right? Where we just have to, let's just stick
the framers.
Let's just stick together. I don't know what that means.
Let's stick together.
But I do love our little community. I love the Candle Coven.
Yeah.
It's so great that we have a place where we can talk about these things. I love when you guys send me DMs after the podcast comes out. And I'm just like, oh, I feel so seen. Thank you.
Yeah.
It's just like, and we get to talk about it. Like, thank you for saying this. I'm like, thank you for agreeing. Like, it's just so nice. So you guys are the best.
Seriously.
And please email us podcast@bijoutcandles.com if you have any suggestions of a campfire you want us to do, or if there's any kind of thing that you want us to talk about. If you have any, we do guests now. So if you have any guests that you think we should have on, let us know.
Yeah.
And we'll be back next week with another episode. Please like and subscribe. Leave us a 5-star review. And please do it.
Yeah.
Please do that. And if you ever see us on the socials, give us a like. Give us some engagement. This is like where it's at. And buy candles. BijouCandles.com.
Thanks, everyone.
Love you guys.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.